energy. Real bitches fuck with me. Them at the DoubleTree. Like, are you mad though? Get a bag. Couldn't come close. Money, power, and respect. Yeah, I need those. Sean down with my team just to make a toast. What the fuck though? What a blunt go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Money don't fold. Pockets on swole. Like limp nose. Rap copy read like Kinko's. Fell off, bounce back on those 10 toes. Made him leave his old hoe. Pulled up to her job, she ain't want smoke. Shawty know what's up, cause his hands go. Rather be a rich than a free hoe. Type of bitch can get no dough. Savage get the dough, then I don't show. Play with ring, that's how I won't go. Leave your RIP shirt left with bullet holes. I got options, any money mode. Butt shot, regurgitated flows. Throwing shots like they free throws. But keep a ghost writer on their payroll. Yes, men in my camp, I don't need those. Savage Beauty 2, it's a sequel. God looking for me through they peephole. What the f though? Where your go? Got them chewing on this black like tobacco. Keep a shooter with me, and we trying to go. Bucked up, don't want no smoke. I'm the Queen Savage, see the crown ho. Savage Beauty 2, this the sequel.
Aye, special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. Nah, special delivery. I wouldn't pretend to be. Special delivery. Special delivery.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Survive to stay alive, bullets fly past the mother's eyes. The streets is the father to these other guys. Moved to Waldorf, Holly Station, probably facing incarceration, but I was patient. My father was a barber, so my head was straight. My line was made to be great, sublime in his f***ing state. Well connected like Chesapeake Bay, out the trenches every day, working for the pay. Shooting dice ain't for play, we ain't nice when we play. Van Gogh, that van goes swiftly, no car with me. Hustling at the bus stop, get shifty. We all out of mind, built in minds through sight. So in the meantime, I blend in with the cities. Blow smoke when times it was a young Don B trying to make $1 out of f***ing 50. For that buck 9, grab that Glock 9, rob it at the stop sign, do him dirty like 6'9", Takashi with the heat out, wasabi green running, throw the keys out, the Dinya be gunning for that fresh gear. Now we're next year, cause only God's look the best here. Through the Dinya B we move swiftly, falling like we 6 feet, we only 6 deep, carrying 60. So I skate through and through canals, cause my style make them move for miles. Between crowds, in and out like crab shacks, brown bags and stacks, cops like where the stash at. Move with the K quickness, dipped in hot butter, the feds can't tell what the fish is. So we resume business, unless a hoe need to know it's down low. Lord Lou, bright Nubian flow, luminous glow. I don't set the bar low unless it's limbo. Born and raised with the go-go, so I can go gadget. My habit is the DMV. You gonna need New Balance to murder me, Lord Lou.
Look, stepping up in my phone pauses, but never went to college. Yeah, that hunger, that BS, you probably with your baby mama. She a scholar, stay popping her head in silence, stay popping her through the hours. A buoy bobber, be popping that ass at the CFE on the weekends. TCB through the speakers, but if you step on my J's, then we reckon you square up. We running them up when they shooting them up. When all of this luck, we should've took our ass to love and found some DTS. Fuckin' we mobbing the streets, deep in the roots growing out of our feet. Deep fried chicken wings with mumbo sauce on the side. Side of fries when in Arizona, it was mortified that we cancel water, get a cup of water with some juice inside. Hop up in the ride, and we cruise to some Tenley Town heroes. Bigger hoes than ground zero. Hit some hookah with some shots, all I'm looking for is a pillow. Product of my environment, we tough talking and arrogant. To correlate the rumors, they mixing up like experiment. The boulevards are safe haven, we stay hanging. No Gang banging, but hit on women with name ranging from Ashley to hey baby, you JQ. I went smack, but she joined on me. I ain't with that. I was caught local with the high waters, and my homies let me at the ground, so I had to kirk on them. While people sights that I ghosted, like I'm always in the cut posted. With a cigarello, had to cheat quick and made my way to West Bubble. Cause no one wants to live in Waldorf. The fall offs are opposite of Carlos. It's all about the butter, how I dipped on everybody acting bitter. Like a taste of overcooked crab, just take it back. Or I'm giving it back to the ocean right from the shitter. I'm shedding on anybody that triggers my Twitter fingers. I'll say it right in their face. I'm up to helping people win and show talent, but not a lot of people have the balance. They'll rather bow out a challenge instead of staying true to themselves. I keep it real cause it's a force of habit. Don B.
A way of living that had is secluded, though the quiet surroundings and the subtle views that nearest my amusement. Being a youngin' on the countryside, so I sided with neutrality because I follow city life as well as being stationed with nature that spoke to me while I'm viewing the chosen tree in the swamp. Exhibiting the electricity flowing through Maryland as it pushes the light up on the district. When you should have said that nobody's looking for a summer because every line of festivity captivated every spirit. Now come on and go on this trip with me to the area where I was born. This head on this trail that I follow through the land. Met him everywhere we stand. Through the hookah clouds we were greeted with open arms and hands. Then I brought that old bay onto my order of fries and then crab legs after that was cracking as we cranked the livest band. Speakers in critical condition. Listen to the rare instance in the backyard, my friend. It would be out of the town as we head to the lounge. I was setting my vibe again. Riding through PG County in a minute, we'll wind up in Iverson Mall. Sticking doodle in the bag as we headed out the doors to finish tonight's mission. The night's vision with night vision is depicting a party, so let's get it started. With several bottles of Rosé Moscato, we can spark this. Even that will change the dynamics of this evening. This time I ran a view of the shenanigans easily. Put the final stamp on this entire day. Now I'm back on 301 after we got it cranking through the night, I say. After I wind down, I just reflect on everything that happened. I'm a night owl, so I'm still wide awake. And now it's time to take the time out to show my thanks for all of this. Since all the formations all around us gave us all a grin. And every time I recall the stories that I have lived so far, I see them all as blessings. I'm completely restless when I think about my DMV stories, you dig? Let's go.
People really don't know a thing about Murderland. TMG coming through, I had to spread the word again. Country boy, corn fed, running like a thoroughbred. Black and yellow mixed with a little red. Car parties and cookouts, that's all I know. Older people in the back playing dominoes. Younger cats out front, they playing b-ball. Trying to figure out how to get the weed off. Then we over at Hard Times, yeah, the party lit. While my nigga DJ Hyper go with hit and spin this shit. K-Quick in the back, battle rapping and killing shit. Just the way it go down in the DMV, you feeling it? I'm feeling it. I wake up, can't remember shit. Off to the kitchen, eggs and bacon with the side of grits. I love being a country boy, man, you can't get tired of this. I'm from the land of the track, the pools, drag race on Sundays. The land that'll show you how to be a man one day. The same place where my son was raised. The same place, DMV, where we bump Marvin Gaye and Chuck Brown all day. This is DMV, come back. MD is where I'm at. It's TMG, I'm on the map. You know, this is my DMV story, you heard? It's your man TMG. Appreciate y'all for going on that journey with me. Oh, and one more thing. Rest in peace to my grandfather, Robert Theodore Carter I. I just wanted to let y'all know. Thank you. Skid 'em.
Wanna get down with the Bars Revolution? We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bars On Air.
Salute kings and queens, this your man Villadom, aka Mr. Briefcase, and y'all now rocking with my man AJ Throwback on bars, the official hump day motivation for the DMV and beyond, only on WinDC Radio. Power.
Go.
Mr. Briefcase. The office moving beautiful.
Get him, get him.
When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, I ain't going home till my pocket's slow. Repeat, keep going. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, you can find me moving up a king guard, laying songs till another dawn. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, you can find me moving in a briefcase, closing deals till another done. They say when I drop a mic, I catch a body. So I go with 2 mics inside the party. I leave careers over there, bodies over there. I put some kush in the air, niggas know I'm here. I can hit them with them audio slugs. Beat Tom, I'm a chemist with them audio drugs. I can hit them with them lines like a G. In the middle of a sentence, have a bitch OD. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, wrong.
What else, B?
I ain't going home till my pocket's swole. All the whole repeat, keep going.
Let's go, then.
When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, wrong. You can find me moving up a king guard, laying songs till I'm done. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, wrong. You can find me moving in a briefcase, closing deals till they done. My future bright, get the shade 4 or 5. Body it, go on the concert live. Man, them lines going all through the veins. They see my pain all on the stage. I could let it go like Danny Apple. That's that work, that's that potency. I make you a believer. Now they getting goosebumps in them fevers. They was laughing like hyenas. Now they posing like some divas. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, I ain't going home till my pocket's low. Yo, the whole repeat, keep going. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, you can find me moving up a king guard, laying songs till they mother is gone. When you see a king, you salute a king. Man, my celly, yo, you can find me moving in a briefcase, closing deals till they mother is done.
To the Balancing Act radio show hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was Villadom with Salute a King. Shout out to Villadom. He's the first artist to give me a drop, you know what I'm saying? And any artists that are watching right now, or if you have any artists, you know any artists who, listen, I love to get drops, you know what I'm saying? Because I love to salute the independent artists that support our show. And so shout out to Villadom for being the first. Before that, we had Latasia Leak with Divine Love, Lord Lou, Don B the Artist, K Quick, and Mr. TMG with DMV Stories. And starting off the set, we had Kiana Reed with Special Delivery. Want to make sure I shout out everybody who's watching right now via Facebook Live. The one person, actually 2 people. Shout out my man Joe Jackson. He got one of the, first and foremost, he's got a great name anyway. But then his hashtag is Mayor the Green Line. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Living off the green, or living off of the green line for most of my life. You know, anybody that shout out the Green Line is family as far as I'm concerned. And then shout out, of course, to one of my biggest supporters, Miss Razzle Dazzle. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everything that you do every single week, supporting this show, helping to promote this show. You are appreciated. One of the biggest members of Team Bars. Love you and appreciate you. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this right here.
Sometimes they're dope and sometimes they're duds. But no matter what, there's always five and it's always an off. Fake me out, expert opinion only. It's, hold on, mind if we use your acronym? We'll take that as a yes. It's T5DOA, only on Bars. Hey.
Yes, so as discussed in the intro, today is about the Songstresses, ladies of soul, women of R&B, soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, as many of y'all know, like, or you might not know, although I'm a hip hop artist, R&B has been my first love since I was a kid. So I absolutely love all things R&B. Especially like 80s R&B, 90s R&B, 70s R&B, you know, a little bit of everything. Early 2000s R&B too. I just love R&B, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain eras that just kind of sort of jump out to me a little bit more. But anyway, so I wanted to do because it's still Women's History Month, I wanted to do a top 5 of my favorite women's R&B soul singers of all time. Shout out my man B Witty. I seen you just popped your head in. You came at the right time, bruh. So appreciate you tuning in. So a couple of these shifted over time because, you know, sometimes like you grow up, your taste change and everything, and you realize it's like, okay, let me reevaluate this list because I made this list actually 3 years ago. And when I went back over it, I'm like, hold on. This person should be higher. This person should be lower. So I had to make adjustments. And so let's just go ahead and get into it. So my number 5, I want to say she actually fell from number 4. But, you know, she's still in my top 5. There's no shame in, you know, falling. It's just not as high as certain people because I feel like a lot of these other people that are ahead of her, I've been rocking with them longer. And there's a little bit more nostalgia connected to them, but that's neither here nor there. So number 5, Jilly from Philly, former TV girlfriend, Jill Scott. Still a TV girlfriend, just not the number 1. So I just love Jill Scott's voice. I feel like she has one of the most complete voices of any R&B singer of the past 20 years in terms of like her ability, like she can give you that soft and sweet, but she can give you that strong and soulful. She can, you know, she can get falsetto. She can give you strength. She just has a good amount of range. And I mean, she's very much a performer. Her live shows, I've never been to a live show, but everybody who I've known to have ever gone to a Jill Scott live show sings her praises. And I mean, she just makes great albums. Like, there's very few albums of hers that I can say, Now, there may be certain albums I like more than others, but she's just not one of those artists that takes, like, projects off. For real, for real. So, my favorite songs from her. So, number 5, Come See Me. I just think Come See Me is a really just kind of, I don't know, it's like, it's her being smooth, her being sexy. It's like a nice little groove to that song. And I just like that song. Like, it gets you in the mood, so to say. You know, number 4, and actually I'm gonna flip flop my 3 and 4 because A Long Walk. I really love A Long Walk. A Long Walk is what really perked my ears when it came to Jill Scott. I liked Jill Scott in the beginning, but when I bought her Words and Sounds Volume 1, who is Jill Scott album, her debut album, A Long Walk was really what solidified my love for her because it appealed to me, being somebody who loves long walks, and just what she's talking about in the song musically. I just love everything about A Long Walk. Number 3, Cross My Mind. I just love that song. Like, it's one of those real songs when it comes to like still carrying a torch for somebody. Typically, I'm not one of those type of people, but still, I think it's well written, and it's still one of those songs you can kind of relate to if you've ever been through that. And the way that she wrote it, the way that she sings it, so many different elements to it. It's just like, man, like you nailed that, because it really can be a situation, especially if you with somebody new that's like, yeah, they're not quite you. You know, it's that whole unfinished business. Number 2 for me would be It's Love. Look, I'm from DC. Most people from the DMV, when they heard It's Love, when they started playing It's Love on the radio, it's definitely got that go-go feel to it. Even though, I mean, it's not technically a go-go song, but it's still got a pocket. And, you know, we in DC, we always talk about pockets or whatever. And the thing about a Philly person doing this is that Philly and DC really have a lot in common, and they have a close relationship, because both Philly and DC are towns where live instrumentation and live music are really king in both areas. And, you know, Philly is literally like 2.5 hours up 95. So it's nothing for somebody from Philly to come down here and, you know, get some love, or us to go up to Philly and get some love. So I'm not surprised that Jill Scott like gravitated toward that, and like she rocked it. She rocked it. And it's just a really feel-good song. My favorite upbeat song of hers. And let me tell it, it's not even close. But number 1, and this is a song that I don't think a lot of people would probably have as their number 1 if they talk about Jill Scott. And it's from her second album. I can't think of the name of the album right now, but it's actually like one of my favorite Jill Scott albums, if not my favorite. But I Keep. I always think about albums and how albums close out, or how they close out toward the end. And it was like a series of songs. It was like, I forget the name of the song right before I Keep, but she just kind of got in this mini Ripperton pocket, and between these particular 2 songs. And this song, like, whenever I think about songs I look forward to, every time I listen to this particular album, I look forward to I Keep. Like, I absolutely love that song. There's no song, and it's crazy. As many songs I love of Jill Scott's, there is no song on any one of her albums that I look forward to hearing more than I Keep. The closest one for me is, the closest other one for me, and this could have been an honorable mention in terms of my favorite songs of hers, is Beautiful Love with BJ the Chicago Kid. I absolutely love that song. I could have easily put that in my top 5. Easily, you know. And part of me is kind of rethinking my 5. I could put Beautiful Love there, but, you know, I ain't gonna waste too much more time. So that's my number 5 songstress. Number 4, and she actually fell from 2 to 4. But when you hear who my 2 is, you may be able to understand it. But Tina Marie. I've loved Tina Marie since I was a kid. And it's crazy. I think a lot of black folk, if you had never seen what Tina Marie looked like, you would just have assumed that she was a black woman. The first time I found out Tina Marie was white, I was like, no, you're lying. No. And I understood that as a kid. Because it's like you got used to seeing white women sing a certain way, black women sing in a certain way. So when I first heard Tina Marie and then found out she was white, I'm like, you gotta be lying to me. But anyway, that woman just like, she just had that rich, really rich soul. You know, like she was an incredible musician, incredible artist, incredible writer. Like she's just a complete artist. So my top 5 Tina Marie songs: Square Biz, number 5. That joint just jams. It just got a good groove to it, really good groove to it. And then I mean, come on, Tina Marie rapping on the joint. You know what I'm saying? And got some bars whole time. Bars. You know, so like that's just always been one of my favorite Tina Marie songs. It's just feel good song, nice and upbeat. My favorite upbeat song from Tina Marie. Number 4, If I Were a Bell. Always loved that song. Ever since I was like, I think that's song came out maybe when I was 10 or 11. I want to say it was from the album she put out in 1990. But always love that song. Just, I don't know, it's pretty to me. It's a really pretty song, you know, capturing that 90s R&B, like right at the beginning of the 90s. Because through the different parts of the 90s, you'll see changes in the music. But it was like she captured that moment right at the beginning of the 90s. It was just a good song. Deja Vu, I've Been Here Before, at number 3. Let me tell y'all about this song. This song actually knocked out other songs. But when you listen to the lyrics, you listen to the music, and her singing, like this is one of, honestly, her better vocal performances was on Deja Vu. She rocked that song. It's such a good song. Like, and I kept hearing it over time, and I just like, yo, I really love this song. So I had to include it in my top 5. Number 2, though, Out on a Limb, and a couple people I've seen say that that's their favorite Tina Marie song. Yes, R.I.P. to Tina Marie. Man. And that really hurts when I really think about it, that she's no longer here. But man, the stuff that she did in her life. But Out on a Limb, good grief. If anybody knows me and knows the type of music I like, the layers of music I like, Out on a Limb is one of the most perfect songs I've ever heard, because it's crazy. From that particular, I want to say that's from her Star Child album. That particular song was representative of the direction that Tina Marie was trying to go in with, because she was a white girl. So it's like, I think she was trying to get a little bit more pop appeal with her music. And, you know, she had Lover Girl, I believe that was on the same album, and then Out on a Limb on the same album. And you could tell Out on a Limb was like a little bit more pop, but Tina Marie was just so soulful that it didn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? It had rock elements, it had pop elements, it had R&B elements. It had a little bit of everything in that song. And that's like one of her best songs. And just like the ride it takes you on. Sonically, vocally, lyrically, man, Out on a Limb is the ish. And then I think most people can guess what my number 1 is, if Out on a Limb is not number 1. And that is, of course, Portuguese Say Love. Man, the joint just come in. Dun, 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 dun. You just know. You know that song about to crank. You know that song about to be hit. Man, absolutely, absolutely love Portuguese Say Love. Love the splashing of Rick James toward the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's singing, he kind of talking his smack in the background, like, it doesn't even matter, baby. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, just smooth in there. Like, he didn't overexert himself in that song. And then, like, the music to that song, like the levels it takes you through, the emotions it takes you through, the feeling, like you feel like you are transported. That's how well the song's produced. That's how well the story is told on Portuguese Say Love. So that's my number 5 and my number 4. I'm gonna read a few of the responses I got for that particular one. So let's see, starting from, okay, so Wanda Austin Trinidad, she said Phyllis Hyman, all of her music. Brooklyn Storm said Phyllis Hyman. My man Charles Williams said Anita Baker. I don't like to choose favorites from Rapture, but if pressed, I'd have to say Been So Long. And let me tell you, Been So Long crank. That song got a pocket too. I love songs with pockets, and Been So Long definitely has a pocket. My man Delonte, he said Tina Marie, Dear Lover, which is another, I could have easily put that in my top 5 for Tina Marie. Alexandra, she said Whitney Houston, and I think she gave her top 4. So she said I'll read from back. I say number 4, she had Didn't We Almost Have It All? Great song. Number 3, All the Man I Need, another great song. Number 2, Greatest Love of All, of course. I talked about that when I talked about Whitney. I think it was last week or the week before. Last week, actually. And then number 1, All at Once, which is a really good Whitney Houston song. Highly slept on. My man, Go Hard Mike Lee, he said Jill Scott, Long Walk, my man. Robin, she said Leela James, Don't Want You Back. Leela James, if I had a list of unsungs or underrated, Leela James would probably be on my list. And one more, Jill Scott. She said, Lenore. She said, Jill Scott, everything she sings, especially Can't Wait. Can't Wait, another song that could have easily made my top 5. I mean, it's so many good songs like among these singers, man. So I'm going to unveil my top 3 in the 12 o'clock hour. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get back to the music. This is Autumn LaBella with Nobody on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
Can we dim the lights? Nah, matter of fact, turn them all the way off. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Coconut oil in my hair, fragrance on my skin, happiness on my tongue, waiting to tag you in. I got plans to do you right, accept most your flaws. So say if we ain't serious, shouldn't do it at all. And tonight, make more black girl magic. It's absolutely tragic. Not trying to be dramatic, but I can wait to have it. It's not that we be stagnant, I'm also really parents. So please take time to grab it, strap it, then smack this. I really need your body, you really need my body. We don't need nobody to think for us. So if I give you my body and you fit in my body, please make sure nobody is coming from us. I really need your body, you really need my body. We don't need nobody to think for us. So if I give you my body and you fit in my body, please make sure nobody is coming from us. Red light, yellow light, green light. Ooh. Come get it, can't wait till we 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 get it. Take a shot of this here Patron, it's gonna be on. Oh boy, I'm ready to ride. He was like, oh yeah, don't mean to sound evasive. Before we make love faces, we can't get complacent, doing things we can't erase, like making babies. I really need your body, you really need my body. We don't need nobody to think for us. So if I give you my body and you fit in my body, please make sure nobody is coming from us. I really need your body, you really need my body. We don't need nobody to think for us. So if I give you my body and you fit in my body, please make sure nobody is coming from us. I really need your body, you really need my body. We don't need nobody to think for us. So if I give you my body and you give me my body, please make sure nobody is coming from us.
You hear this spot right here? This could be your spot where you pull your new customer. If you're a nascent or established business or entrepreneur and you believe you have the right product for our audience, then advertise with Bars. For more details on our rates, packages, and deals for first-time clients, email balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
One voice baby. Lucky star. For the girls I'm again. Anytime you need my love, call if you call for me. Call if you call for me. Anytime you need my love, call if you call for me, my love. Anytime you feel my love, call if you call for me. Just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home alone or you need some love, just phone me. Girl, just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home champagne and candlelight under the moonlight. Soft music, get the mood right. Call if you call for me. Call if you call for me, girl. Anytime you need my love, anytime you need my love, just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home alone or you need some love, just phone me. Girl, just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home alone or you need some loving, phone me. Just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home alone or you need some love, just phone me. Girl, just call me, girl, just call me. Anytime you're home alone or you need some loving, phone me.
Giving you the full spectrum with our topics, segments, guests, and of course, the best indie music in the DMV and beyond. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
The thing about motivation is,
What's that?
sometimes you gotta motivate your goddamn self.
That's right.
Talk to them. Listen. They say you Venno, put your cape on. Time to make this music, make a bank run. I don't need your lanes, cause I went out and I made one. Find a better chick, you can try, but they don't make one. I'm hot up in my whip, plus my clique, we keep it A1. Sauce on top of sauce, we the bosses you be asking about. Worker mentality will leave you all with asses out. I'm the type of chick making moves they gonna ask about. Up and down the coast, back and forth until I'm passing out. Never scared of nothing with ambitions like a rider. I'ma pull up anywhere and get the whole hood behind it. If they say I ain't lit, I'ma call them all a liar. Cause I'm ether mixed with flames and I try them all by fire. Mouth be on 10, but my mind is on a 20. Making quiet money, dressing casual and bummy. Sexy on the weekend while I'm flying where the sun be. Then I'm back out on the grind from a Sunday to a Sunday. We gonna work and then we gonna win. So when it's time to grind, damn it, I'm going in. It's no holding me back, cause losing is like a sin. When they say it's game time, I say damn, I'm gonna win. First we gonna work, and then we gonna win. So when it's time to grind, damn it, I'm going in. It's no holding me back, cause losing is like a sin. When they say it's game time, I say damn, I'm gonna win. Damn it, I'm gonna win. Let me introduce haters to motivation. See, I sat and I was patient, stacking moves while they faking. Waited for my time, now it's mine for the taking. And I'm fresh up in my prime while the game needs a facelift. Timeless with my thoughts, so I say my flow is ageless. Now they frustrated, leave them back up at the basics. Back to square one, now you're quiet while they chase it. And I ain't chasing nothing but my money. What you thinking? The takeover, the breaks over snitches. I'ma eat until I'm full and leave these cowards with the dishes. Your favorite rapper's favorite got my music on their wish list. Damn it, I can't help it, I'm just young, black, and gifted. The money ain't the issue, the jealousy will get you. I stay ready to go, just like a missile, I'ma hit you. When they say I'm venomous, just know it's about to be official. The thing about defeat, when you lose, they never miss. We gonna work, and then we gonna win. So when it's time to grind, damn it, I'm going in. It's no holding me back, cause losing is like a sin. When they say it's game time, I say damn, I'm gonna win. First we gonna work, and then we gonna win. So when it's time to grind, damn it, I'm going in. It's no holding me back, cause losing is like a sin. When they say it's game time, I say damn, I'm gonna win.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, that was Venomous with I Wanna Win off of her album, No Favors, No Regrets. I'm trying to see the rest of it. No Apologies. Venomous, who will be here in studio, coming up from North Carolina. She'll be here on August 7th. And before that, we had somebody else who will be here, Voice with Call Me. He will be in studio July 24th. So, you know, playing quite a few people who are going to be on the show. So shout out to all of our independent artists. And starting off the set was Autumn Labella with Nobody. All right, let's go ahead and get into this right here.
It tastes just like it smells. Delicious, delicious.
Right before you take that long-awaited break and get your grub on, come and get a hefty helping of life and laughter, courtesy of stories about our beloved Team Bars El Capitan. It's time for Luncheon with the Misses, only on Bars.
See, last week I didn't have an intro. This week I got an intro. Those of y'all who Goody Mob fans like me appreciate that right there. But yeah, so the Mrs. gets her own segment every week on this show. And I'm mad I don't see her watching on the live, but that's all right, cause still gonna, you know, light her up a little bit anyway. So, fellas, if you're married, got a significant other, you may be able to relate to this right here, or maybe not. But watch how you let your woman rope you into certain shows. So, for the past, I'd probably say 5 years. What's crazy is, but for the past 5 years, I have been an avid fan. I mean, like literally every single day, faithfully watching General Hospital. And what's funny about that is that for years, you know, I watched First Take, and Stephen A. Smith would always talk about General Hospital, always talk about Sonny Corinthos, Jason Morgan. And I'm like, yo, do I need to start watching General Hospital? So then the wife, she started watching it. And so she ropes me in. And so, like, but she picks and chooses her time, because if anybody who's ever watched soap operas, you know, there are certain points of a soap opera where the writing gets a little stale, gets a little trying it. And so a lot of times people will get mad at the storylines, and if they're anything like my wife, they will stop watching it. And so I forget exactly which storyline. It may have been the whole Ryan Chamberlain, Kevin Collins storyline that may have been pissing her off, but she stopped watching General Hospital for months. So like a lot of times, I'm by myself watching a television show. And she does this all the time, y'all. Like, she'll rope me into a show like, yeah, we should watch this together. We should watch Scandal. We should watch How to Get Away with Murder. We should watch Grey's Anatomy. Or we should watch whatever show it might be. Next thing you know, she's not watching it anymore, and I'm fully invested in the show. And I'm like, hey, did you see what happened on? She like, nah, I stopped watching. They pissed me off. Like, really? Really? You got me invested in this show, and now you're not even watching the show. So I had a crew of people at my job. I know a few people at my job who watch General Hospital faithfully. And so one of my friends who's retired now, shout out Lovey. So me and her, we trade probably like once a week. We trade like notes on the stories and what we think is going to happen, specifically General Hospital. I only watch General Hospital now. At one time, I used to watch Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, When As the World Turns was still on until they canceled it. But then I stopped watching CBS soaps. So we watch General Hospital in common. So, you know, we always trade notes. And so my wife, she's watching Whiskey Cavalier on ABC. And I was like, oh, you watch this show? She's like, yeah, but I'm really getting back into General Hospital. So I'm like, oh, really? You watching General Hospital again? Go figure. It's about time you came back. And so I was like, I had to talk to other people to, talk about, get my fix, or talk trade stories or trade notes or whatever. And she's like, you watching General Hospital without me? I'm like, Well, shoot, I need somebody to talk to about it. I don't want to talk to myself about it. You got me watching this show. So, you know, this is an ongoing saga. And what's funny, to kind of close out this segment, one, we watch God Friended Me on CBS. We watch that every week. And so I try not to watch that show without her, but I'm biding my time, like, okay, how long is it going to take for you before I start watching God Friended Me by myself? I'm just counting down the time. And then two, Saturday, after we were watching Widow, she wanted to, you know, go in the room and watch HGTV. I feel like you're gonna hear about HGTV a lot in my stories about the Mrs. Lunching with the Mrs. But yeah, get in the room. I'm actually kind of excited, maybe to look at some houses, watch some HGTV. She's gonna fall asleep. Once again, invested in a TV program, and I'm by myself. But I love my woman. Anyway, so that's this week's Luncheon with the Mrs. Fellas, if you oh, I see her face on the watcher now. I hope you caught all of that. I hope you caught all of that, baby. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see what the week gives us this next week on Luncheon with the Mrs. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the music with this right here.
If somebody tell you he hot, man, you know everybody hot now, man. He fish grease.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the Fish Grease Pick of the Week, only on Bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Baby, close the door. Come and sit down. Let me pour your favorite drink. I know you like it brown. I know it's been a long day. So tell me all about it, baby. Don't let the clothes get in the way. I whisper in your ear and say, I just wanna feel your body, yeah. When we touch it feels so soft and sweet, I just wanna take it nice and slow. Cause baby we got so far to go. If you let me, then I'll give you everything you've ever wanted before. So let's take this ride to paradise, baby. Sit back and let me explore. I just wanna feel, I just wanna feel your body. When we touch it feels so soft and sweet. Feel your body, babe. I just wanna take it nice and slow. Take it slow. Cause baby we got so far to go. wanna take it, take it. Baby, we got so far to go. Ride with me, baby. Feel your body.
More topics, more segments, more music means more bars after this.
When DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store, on your iPhone or your Android, any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad, iPad mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is a KC.
Hey, this is China Pink from the 2018 award-winning Best of Radio Talk Show of the Year. Make sure you tune into the Ladies of the China Pink Talk Show each and every Sunday on Win DC Radio from 5 to 7. Make sure you check us out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live to hear our amazing show. We are also available for hosting events or parties. Please contact the China Pink Show at AOL.com for booking information. I'll catch you next Sunday at 5.
Foreplay the Orgasm Show. I am your host, Hot Toddy, along with the Turn Up team, Miss Lolly and Showtime. Foreplay the Orgasm Show is each and every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, bringing you the sexy slow jams with very adult interactive conversation, only on Win DC Radio.
Man, look, y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Gerard Street Garvey, and my DJ, Kid Cannon. And when we together, you know what it is. Grind Season Radio, each and every Wednesday from 8 to 10 on Win DC Radio. Don't forget it. Yeah.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. Welcome. Hour number 2 of Bars. Right back with your man AJ Throwback. WinDC Radio Studio Shops at Iverson. Definitely want to shout out everybody who has been peeking their heads in, been watching. The Mrs., of course, she came in on the tail end of her special segment. She's ready to fight. You know, I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my man once again, B Witty, talking about Summer Walker. Summer Walker, yeah. Summer Walker is starting, I think she's really starting to kind of sort of get her shine. I've been hip to Summer Walker for a brick now, but it's about time she's starting to get her shine. Shout out my man, Barry Austin. Peeked his head in earlier. My man going all the way back to Jefferson Junior High. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you tuning in for a second, my brother. Let's see who else is watching right now. Just shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I appreciate all of the love and all the support. All right. So, we went through my top, the first 2 of my top 5, Ladies of Soul. At number 5, we had Jill Scott. Number 4, Tina Marie. So now let's get to the top 3 here. All right, so number 3. And she's held fast at number 3. She didn't move. She didn't go up. She didn't go down. She's held fast at that 3 spot. And that is Anita Baker. Let me tell you, I have loved Anita Baker since the first time that I saw what I'm going to let you know is my number 1 song on my list. when it comes to Anita Baker songs. But what's funny is that the thing about Anita Baker has one of those weird voices. And, you know, people when she came into the industry, she got a hard time because people really felt like she couldn't sing. And I'm like, she can sing, it's just she got a funny voice. You know, she can, look, Anita Baker, it's just a different kind of soul, like jazzy. I don't know how to describe it, but she's like the Michael McDonald of like women R&B singers. Because I'm telling you, like, Anita Baker has those moments when she gets excited in a song where you will be very fortunate if you know what she's saying in the song. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows me knows I've been saying this about Anita Baker for a very long time. In fact, in Talk to Me, the funny thing about Talk to Me, I'm like, she just got so excited. I'm like, she had one part and I don't even know what she said. I still don't know what she said. I wrote the lyric out or found the lyric. But I swore she said something like hacienda. I'm like, Anita Baker, you speaking Spanish in songs? They're like, what's going on? What did you just say? I'm like, enunciate. I love you, but when you get to that bridge and you get excited, enunciate, please. I want to sing along with you. You know, but anyway, you know, that's just a running joke that I got when it comes to Anita Baker. Anyway, so my 5 songs. Number 5, and I actually swapped this one in. Good Love. I think that was off of the Giving You the Best That I Got album, 1988. Which is a good album. Really good album. Good Love, every time I hear that song, and what's crazy is it was one of those songs that was more like I want to say they may have released it as a single, or it might have just been one of those slow jam radio songs that may not have charted, but it was so popular on R&B radio that they actually included in her greatest hits because it was such a good song. It's just like, I don't know, it's like just really captured that 1988 R&B kind of feel going on right there. I'm one of those type of people that I'm a geek for times. I can tell you more likely when roundabout when a song was made or created or recorded or whatever. Like I said, it just captures that good old like late 80s soul. Love that song. No One in the World at number 4. Let me tell y'all something. When I first heard this song and when I was seeing the video, the whole Rapture album, in fact, every song from 4 to 1 is from Rapture. That's how much Rapture is like one of my favorite albums ever made. But anyway, No One in the World always makes me think of, I think it was like one day I was home from school and like when videos used to come on, I don't even know what the video thing that used to come on Channel 9 during the day, but videos were on and No One in the World just came on. It was like how they did it. It was just so masterful because like, especially when she gets to that one part of the song, like after the bridge, and she just like really just sings her heart out at the end of that song. It's just well produced, well written, well orchestrated, just well put together. I absolutely love No One in the World. Number 3. And what's funny is that number 3 actually always makes me think of my wife, of the missus, of you, baby. And that is Caught in the Rapture. Caught Up in the Rapture is just like a really pretty, sweet song. That's a song that makes you want to be in love. And what's crazy is when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate Caught Up in the Rapture as much. But as I got older, I'm like, yo, I absolutely love this song. It's well sung. It just makes you feel good. Like, it's well executed. Anita Baker doesn't do too much vocally. And which is, if she does, fine. But she did what she needed to do on that song. It's so well executed. Such a great song. Number 2. And it's hard for me not to put this number 1 because her vocal performance on You Bring Me Joy, I'm telling you right now, we can have it out, drag out argument. Find me a better vocal performance by Anita Baker than You Bring Me Joy. Because she goes through the levels. She starts off the song smooth, but by the time she gets to the end of the song, let me tell you, I am very much of the goosebumps factor. If a song gives me goosebumps, it's gonna automatically be on any kind of list that I make. That song, when she gets to the end of that song and she just sings her heart out, it gives me goosebumps. And it's not even her song. That's a remake. And you, like I said on a previous show, you don't even pay attention to who did the remake because she did it so well, because she did it so masterfully, because she owned it so much. Like, she felt every bit of that. Every bit of that. But my number one, and what's funny is, if I'm singing the praises of You Bring Me Joy like that, it's like, well, how do you not have that as your number one? Sweet Love. I mean, come on. For me, that was the intro to Anita Baker. Even though she had been out before that, that was really the first time I recall her entering my consciousness. And I just remember the video, watching Music Video Connection at night. A lot of y'all might not be old enough for Music Video Connection from the DMV. But Music Video Connection, that's how I knew of half the music videos I knew of, was watching that. But watching that, and I'm seeing this like just kind of jazzy kind of woman on the screen with the short hair, kind of updo joint, like just almost like windswept style, how she had it going on. Like, just, I don't, like, Anita Baker was a fox, you know? So like, she already got me with the looks, but then she started singing that song, and the song just started off so smooth, and like, she just weaves in and out of that song so perfectly. The music, as soon as it come on, it's like, yeah, I'm in love with this. And that's another song that just makes you want to be in love. So yeah, Anita Baker, Sweet Love. That's my number one for her. Number two on my list. And she actually rose from number 5. She should have never been number 5 on my list, if I'm being honest. As much as I came up with this woman, as much as I loved her growing up, I had the biggest crush on her when I was like 5, 6 years old. Even going beyond that. Like, that was like one of my first crushes. And that's none other than The Voice. Nippy. Whitney Houston. Love me some Whitney. Love me some Whitney. You'd be hard pressed to find another woman in all of music with a better voice, in her prime, with a better voice, more control over her voice, more range than Whitney Houston. Whitney was a beast, man. Whitney was a beast. Every time I think about the fact that woman's not here no more, it hurts my heart that she's not. But what she did in her life, good grief. Let's just go through them. Number 5. All the Man That I Need. And this was another one I swapped in as my number 5. And I really had to think about this, because I had originally had Where Do Broken Hearts Go? But when I really thought about All the Man That I Need and the level she goes in on that joint, like, and another factor for me is, which song would I want to hear if I just had these 5 songs to listen to for Whitney Houston for the rest of my life? And All the Man That I Need, it eclipses for me Where Do Broken Hearts Go? Where Do Broken Hearts Go is a great song, but All the Man That I Need just did a little bit more for me. Great song. Number 4. And frankly, this could have been higher, because it's still one of my favorite vocal performances from Whitney Houston, among many. But this was my favorite song on the Bodyguard soundtrack, one of her biggest selling records of all time, and that is I Have Nothing. It's just a big record, especially when she hits that bridge. Oh my goodness, it's just game over from that point. Game over. Whitney, she's a master of like the build-up, of how to like give you enough in the beginning, sprinkle some power here and there in the middle, but then when she come to the end, she's going full force. And that's what I like in my singers. Understanding that roller coaster ride, like taking the listener on that roller coaster ride. She does that on I Have Nothing. Number 3. This doesn't get talked about enough, but The Preacher's Wife soundtrack, another one of her best vocal performances. like for an entire album. And to me, that was like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that was the end of her prime. Now granted, she did My Love Is Your Love, and My Love Is Your Love is a good album. But The Preacher's Wife, I feel like that was like the last really great Whitney Houston effort, because it was more, she had more gospel songs, and that's her roots. Those are her roots. Her performance on I Love the Lord, oh my God. And when I say, oh my God, that is not taking the Lord's name in vain. It's like, my God, you created a woman that could glorify your name in that way. Like, she could go from secular to sacred like that. Like it was nothing. And she just did it so massive. It is such a beautifully composed version of that song. So well done. Number 2, her performance at the Super Bowl, the Star Spangled Banner. I don't care what nobody said. I don't care whether or not she sang it live, whether she may have lip synced it, whatever. People mention a lot of different versions of the Star Spangled Banner that they love. I've heard a lot of people talk about Marvin Gaye's performance. I think it was at the 1983 NBA All-Star game. Cool story, bro. It was good, but it was not Whitney Houston. What Whitney Houston did with that doggone Star Spangled Banner, I have never seen anybody do. And y'all know I don't even support the Star Spangled Banner. But doggone it, I will listen to Whitney Houston's version because it's that good. While feeling conflicted as a black man, but still, it's that good, y'all. It's that good. Come on now. If you haven't seen it, YouTube it ASAP. 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 Number 1, though, for me, it's a nostalgia pick, but I also feel like this is her first hit out the box. This was like her first, like, and it was more so of an R&B produced song, but it was like a big hit for her. And that's You Give Good Love. Another song where she knows what to do with a song. She gives you the sweetness in the beginning, builds it up, builds it up, builds it up, and then by the end, it's like she gives you that power once she gets to the bridge, and then she smooths out the song at the end. She just like gives you them sweet falsettos. It shows her range. Like off the rip, you know what Whitney Houston can do with her first single as a solo artist. Because people don't know, she actually had a single, but it was a duet with Teddy Pendergrass, Hold Me, before that. But as a solo, as a primary, that was her first hit. And I mean, what else can you say? It's just a great song. Great song, well produced, well written, well sung. It's just always gonna be my favorite Whitney Houston song. But closing out the segment, my number 1, and anybody who knows me knows this woman is my number 1. And what's crazy is for years, I didn't even know her name. I probably didn't know her name until probably around, or realized who she was until probably around 1991, 1992. And I grew up honestly loving this woman and not realizing I did. And that is none other than the late, great Phyllis Hyman. And let me tell you let me not jump ahead of myself. Phyllis Hyman's another one of those voices that she has the range. She can give you the depth. She can give you, higher ranges, even though like she may not have the same range as Whitney, but she still has enough range, and her voice is like, she can give you like that smooth, jazzy soul, and then she can give you that, like that power. That's the kind of singers I love. Singers that got range. Singers but they know how to finesse a song. Phyllis Hyman knew how to finesse a song, much like Whitney knew how to finesse a song. And the irony of me mentioning these two back to back is that Phyllis Hyman kind of got pushed, she got pushed out of Arista because Whitney was the new girl on the block, the new kid on the block that Clive Davis was pushing at Arista at the time. Give me y'all some history right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Clive Davis had Whitney Houston. I think around that time he was also bringing in Angela Bofield. So you got to think, Phyllis Hyman at this time, she's like in her 30s, maybe even pushing her 40s at this point. I always forget whether she was born in 49 or 46, but I think it was 49. But at any rate, she was in her 30s. Whitney was in, I don't even think she was in her 20s yet by the time she got to Ariston. And so it was like, it was business, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, Phyllis Hyman was one of the greatest singers, unsung singers of really all time, let me tell you. So my top 5, let me hurry up and get to this because I want to read some more of the listener comments. Number 5, Old Friend. Old Friend is actually connected to my number 2 on this list. But Old Friend is just like, you listen to the lyrics, listen to the music. It's just such a sweet and endearing song. It's just a feel-good song, kind of like nostalgic, longing for like more moments with a particular person like you may have been with. It's just a well-written song. Not saying I'm doing that, but you get the point. Like, it's just a well-written song, well-executed song. Number 4, First Time Together, off of her. Most of these songs are off the same album, actually. But First Time Together, off her Living All Alone album. My favorite Phyllis Hyman album, by the way. Just what she's talking about, like not meeting somebody, but you know, like your first date, could be a date in or whatever, and you're just trying to make sure that everything goes right, everything goes smoothly. It's a very kind of innocent song because it's like, I just want to make sure that you're happy. I just want to make I want to make a good impression on you, you know. And I just love that song. And it's I always kind of felt like Phyllis Hyman had a very cosmopolitan type of style with her music. And that song was like, every song on that album was indicative of her style or an extension of her style. And one of the reasons why that's my favorite album is because I feel like it captured her style the best. Number 3, You Just Don't Know. Once again, another song with some pocket. There's some pockets on that song. And for me, that's a personal song because I sampled that song a long time ago for a song that I wrote for an ex, I hate to say, but it was still a great song nonetheless. The production on it, one of my close friends, he doesn't rant and rave about a lot of my beats, but when I sampled that song for that particular beat, he was like, yo, play that joint again. Play that joint. He just kept wanting to hear that beat. And it was really simple the way that I sampled it. But that just goes to show you the meat and potatoes that are there with that song. Enough said. It's sampleable. I know sampleable is not a word, but it's a word today. That's a bar for you. Number 2. And I go back and forth between my number 1 and number 2. Because this has always been one of my favorite songs, and this is the song really that brought me to Phyllis Hyman. And that is Living All Alone. I remember it probably was like around 1991, 1992, and I kept hearing the song on the radio. And I'm like, yo, who is this woman singing this song? I remember this song when I was a kid. And I would listen like every week because WHUR at the time, they go through a cycle of playing songs, like certain songs once a week. And so I would wait for that one time in the week, like, okay, they're probably gonna play it at this time, so let me keep my ears glued to the radio, because I was trying to find out who it was. And lo and behold, after a couple of listens, the person said, yeah, that was Living All Alone by Phyllis Hyman. I was like, Phyllis Hyman, that's who that is. And then I started connecting the dots between all of the songs that I liked from her. But yeah, that song, man, it's sad because it's kind of like a lone woman's anthem, the lonely woman's anthem, the woman that just can't get relationships right. You know, that was just an anthem, unfortunately, but it's such a good song, so well produced. My favorite in terms of production, my favorite produced Phyllis Hyman song. But my number 1, again, I go back and forth between what's what, but my number 1 is Meet Me on the Moon for several reasons. 1, lyrically it's well written. 2, production wise it's the music in that song and the ride it takes you on. And then 3, Phyllis Hyman singing that song. She weaves in and out of that song beautifully, masterfully, perfectly. It's her, let me tell you, it's her best vocal performance she's ever done. Ever done. Enough said. Y'all, if y'all know the song, y'all know. Y'all know how great that song is. But that's my top 5. Again, number 5, Jill Scott. Number 4, Tina Marie. Number 3, Anita Baker. Number 2, Whitney Houston. And number 1, as I just stated, Phyllis Hyman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to break. And when I come back, I'm going to read some more of the listener comments for the favorites, women R&B soul singers. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get back to the music with Brian Lyrics, Dream Killers, on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
Flying high in the friendly skies, without ever leaving ground.
Dream killers. Let me see if I can paint a clear picture. No paintbrush, no easel, but clearer than a whisper. You're like a gift and a curse. I wish I could forget you, but with you, I find motivation to make your lips zip up. And that's the drive I need to hit the stick shift up. You may as well hang it up, give it a click up. I don't promote quitters, but I wish you would just give up. Your dream killers, dream killers. You can't get them, you get no shine. You're scared to live yours, so you shoot down mine. Your dreams are my nightmares, and you killing them is a crime. They say if you can see them, and you can achieve them, while you're waiting on a foe just to leave me blind. Nah, you'll never leave me blind, cause I can see through you haters, with or without the blinds. You're dream killers, dream killers. You used to dream of being a star. You got no problems going up, but you're afraid of the fall. I throw caution to the winds, you put parachutes on. I use the bungee so I can bounce back. Once I get where I'm going, I'll never go where I've gone. Never return, so long. Tell them like, dang, I ain't seen you in so long. All your dream killers, dream killers. Please turn your alarm clock off or hit the snooze button so you can see yours. You gotta follow your heart, even if it detours. Close your eyes, I promise you'll see more. Without them, you're up and down, you're living a seesaw. And your life's a puzzle, a jigsaw cutting different directions. You put it together, you dream killers, dream killers. Screw them, I'm trying to speak to the dreamer, the one that moves from their old Escort to a Beamer. Not the one that's out for damage in your dreams, you need FEMA. You better be a believer, the dreams is worth more on the scales of a Libra. You have to let it trail like the tails of a zebra. The animal instinct inside wakes the dreams of your dream killers, dream killers. We're just trying to get up out of the basement and do a little better than selling the base heads. We're trying to run this game, let's start off with the basis and facts. Let's start off with the basics and be Trey's song, I just gotta make it. You dream killers, you just wanna take it. You don't wanna see our business in the black, you're a racist. You dream killers, dream killers. I'm trying to turn my pipe dreams to light scenes. I'm pushing for a shine right now as a light gleam. Beat Boys is about to blow, I just needed the right team. The dream killers killing dreams is enticing. The dream is the killer thoughts of a dreamer. Sightseeing, we're playing chess, they're more like checker teams. When we walk across the board, they gon' have to call us kings. Dream killers. You know the way I see it, if you aim for the stars and land on a cloud, at least you're still living in the sky. But don't bring a parachute though. That means you don't have no faith in the first place. Dream killer.
We can't come up with all of the dopeness of duds. If you have a top 5 you want us to tackle, then send your topic of suggestion along with your name, city, and social media info to balancingactradio@gmail.com or message us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Bars On Air.
Yeah. Love is a four-letter word that's hard to explain. This song is for those who never had the perfect example. Look, know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Hold your head up, yeah. Even though you fed up. She say, respect ain't hard, my dude. That's all I want, for you to be A1 and love me just this once. But nah, you just wanting your cake and then eat it too. Like I'm supposed to be faithful when you out here doing you. 5 texts in your phone, you still don't tell the truth. Then you telling me to trust you when I'm supposed to play the fool. All I do is go to work, make sure the house is in line. But you busy with these holes on your mind. Why should I even cry? All I do is try to get rid of my anger. Smoke weed to find peace, with my patience is wearing thin. So to God, I think I had it with men. Pack up your itch, don't let the doorknob hit you. With a good Lord split you. This the part where he hug and kiss and try to finesse. Begging please, saying sorry, I'll fix it, make it correct. Since she love him, she gon' let him come back. What happens next? It's the same cycle playing it back. What you expect? It's the power of the snake in effect. Sister, you bit, know your worth. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Hold your head up, even though you fed up. Yeah. See what you tolerated in the beginning, you and your feelings. Want him to be different, it's kinda late if it's never ending. Brought it on yourself, he showed you who he was, now you tripping. You can't change a man who just ain't willing on any given. I understand you lacking yourself and want attention. Want someone to give you what you ain't giving, you're in the bin. Self-love is the best love, but you don't understand that cause you ain't felt love. Since the age of 5, abuse was affection. And in high school, they highlight imperfections. And everyone after that brought an erection. And your elders always told you to be patient. But nobody told you value yourself and know your worth. You can't love nobody right if you ain't loving yourself. If you don't know how to treat you, don't expect someone else. We all broken from the past, but deserve happiness. And that's real love. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Hold your head up, even though you fed up. I'm facing the mirror, I'm loving myself. I'm happy with all my flaws, I'm earning my wealth. My imperfections and scars is healing so well. I dealt with the pain, I dance in the rain. No longer will I accept the negative shade. I'm moving forward with life, the blessings I gain. Truth in the pudding, baby, I'm shedding light on this road. I'm royalty, hold the crown, the real queen on the throne, let them know about it. Some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Know some queens who be facing their fears. One love up and broken to tears. It get better, sis. Want the love, but it's harder to give. Cause these kings act like boys and men. It get better, sis. Hold your head up, even though you fed up.
Looking for the most balanced review of your forthcoming or current album or mixtape? Then email a formal inquiry along with your cover art, headshot, bio, and either links to your music or the project files to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Gotta get you rested. The body needs rest, but you go sleep.
What I gotta do, what I gotta see, what I gotta see. Hey. What I gotta do, who I gotta see. I do this for me, I do it for the team. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. But what they do? If I decide to leave, what should I choose? To be and not to be. Devil wore kimono and she offered me a way up by the way. Then I refused and then she came back trying to stop it, G. What do I gotta prove? There's nothing to. I've been told that ain't enough for me, ain't enough for you. I just embraced the life I made, turned crime to lemonade. I remember back to facing FBI, afraid of raids. Waiting in the vehicle, hands bound, lasers scan my face. Threatened with mace, popo all in my place. Trying to figure out a way to give teeth out with the case. And I was scared, I admit that, but I ain't leave a trace. Held my chin up so high, let them search and debate. I paid a lawyer in haste, I didn't stick to budget, but he spoke to the judge and got me off as a suspect. Now I'm back to the current and realized when I'm upset, that's only balance. Trying to be reactive because I'm set. It's tribe, they don't know it yet, but they gon' know it. My eyes hold a lot of pain, I never show it. Women be surprised when we love elope. They assume and making notions till we finally spoke. A spot I'm stroke, and a spine I'm smoking. Little witch who was so shy was finally chosen. Then he turned into a Sith Lord when his heart was broke. Then he gave up all his friends until they stopped the joke. Now we only get replies when they decide to post. Like a status, my fanatics boost my apparatus. Got me feeling like the world is mine, don't want no smoke with Atlas. Always scorched the mic, never needed matches. What I gotta do, who I gotta see. I do this for me, I do it for the team. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. But what they do? If I decide to leave, what should I choose? To be and not to be. Devil wore kimono and she offered me a way up by the way. Then I refused and then she came back trying to stop it, G. What I gotta do, who I gotta see. I do this for me, I do it for the team. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. But what they do? If I decide to leave, what should I choose? To be and not to be. Devil wore kimono and she offered me a way up by the way. Then I refused and then she came back trying to stop it, G. Too many thoughts sit on my cranium. Feel like the king of a country filled with vibranium. My vibration rocks stadium, and time instills my mania. I do not know which option would be worse. Sticking to the same old situations, giving in to thirst. Despite the perks, it would be cursed. My life has been a series of unfortunate events, it hurts. But I say f it, the love will overcome cause I love it. Even if hatred is what I've been used to from the puppets. I love the public, the irony of the subject is even eyeing me shows the interest taken, you gotta love it. Ain't gotta claim the greatest. When you tell the truth, you'll find the fans follow what you say. Just because you do, lead by example. As I handle the game with these handles. Crossed over from the other side, my soul was not dismantled. I'd never jeopardize myself to please another. I get to where I'm going because of teachings from my mother. And if I remember real hard, it may lead me off to wonder. Pictures popping up of old women I dealt with way back yonder. I inboxed her, didn't get the reply I wanted. I never stalk a chick, I let it be, I never haunted. A couple days later, she hit me, said credentials lit, I want it. I said, damn girl, knew the dunk would slam, girl. Gotta stand and give you applause, give you a hand, girl. But you a demon, I ain't trying to be your man, girl. What I gotta do, who I gotta see. I do this for me, I do it for the team. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. But what they do? If I decide to leave, what should I choose? To be and not to be. Devil wore kimono and she offered me a way up by the way. Then I refused and then she came back trying to stop it, G. What I gotta do, who I gotta see. I do this for me, I do it for the team. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. Been at this too long, it took too long and get this how to live. But what they do? If I decide to leave, what should I choose? To be and not to be. Devil wore kimono and she offered me a way up by the way. Then I refused and then she came back trying to stop it, G. Dirty.
Organizing any type of event to benefit the people in your neighborhood? Then submit it for the bar's community calendar. Send all important information, including point of contact, to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Where do I begin? I always let you in. If loving you's a sin, then I always let you win me over. You, try to. You always make me do this. La la la. Now I'm acting stupid. Yeah, yeah. I get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me so.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'll be that girl tonight. I'll be that girl tonight. So put respect on it, love me, don't cheat. Don't you walk out on me, don't you walk out and leave me blue. Cause I love you when I shouldn't. My girls told me leave you, you knowing that I couldn't leave you like that. No, I wouldn't leave you like that. I still love you.
I get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me.
Excuse me, Miss Gray, I've been blue, getting over you. Open up my black book, trying to catch a saber tooth. Pussycat dolls, it's like voodoo when I make a move. Sweetest next to sin, I'm just praying I don't lose a tooth. Lady, you the truth, and I'm just trying to get a taste for proof like Polaroids. What we had is null and void. You get the picture, fit the scripture, rip gone. What a difference. This is Adam telling Eve that these snakes got you tripping. Damn.
I get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me so blue. You love me not, you love me, then you love me not.
Love me, oh you love me not.
Love me not, you love me not, you love me. You love me not, you love me, then you love me not.
Do you love me? Do you love me?
Love me not, love me not. I get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me get blue when it comes to you. I get blue when it comes to you. I find ways to get over you. Cause you make me so blue.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was, I believe his name is pronounced Rodrell, featuring Ian Kelly and Shanae with Get Blue. Before that, we had my man T. Witz with Devil Wore Kimono, Jay the Lioness with Dear Queen, and starting off the set, Brian Lyrics with Dream Killers. Huge shout out to my man CW Allen tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. And everybody who's been tuning in and sharing. Shout out my man Raymond Jefferson of the 512 Experience, always showing love, always, spreading love, man. Just appreciate you, brother. Becky from Let's Be Clear, the ladies of Let's Be Clear, who will be on next week. The fellas were on last night at Mike's Corner. Mike, of course, Mike, Will. I'm sorry, not Will. Will's gone. Mike L, aka Mouth of the South. I'm drawing a blank. Skull and Mr. Sean. They had a good show last night. I mean, they always got a good show every single night. But shout out to them, and shout out to the ladies of Let's Be Clear, Nina and Becky. They'll be on next Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com. So appreciate them. And shout out to Danella for always sharing and showing love. I want to read some of these comments before we get into the community calendar. let me find some of the comments that I had. Some more of the comments. Give me 1 second. Let me pull them up. Okay, so my dad, he said all of Denise Williams, especially Silly. I guess he was trying to say Sade, Sweet as Taboo, Patti LaBelle, Right Kind of Lover, Aretha Sparkle. I guess I don't know whether he meant sparkle, whether it's something he can feel. Never Loved the Man the Way I Love You, which is a great Aretha Franklin song. And he was like, it's just too many favorite females to pick one. Lavette, she said Anita Baker, Rapture, and then also Stephanie Mills. My cousin Darnell, he said Shaka Khan, Stay, Funny Valentine, Everlasting Love. Shaka Khan almost made my list, and if she did, Everlasting Love would have been my choice for my favorite Shaka Khan song. But we gonna get to that shortly. Gladys Knight, License to Kill, which is a good song, really good song. Neither One of Us, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. Phyllis Hyman, Somewhere in My Lifetime, Gonna Make Changes, Betcha by Golly Wow. She has my favorite Betcha by Golly Wow, by the way. Jill Scott, Slowly Surely, Hear My Call, So Gone, He Loves Me, and Crown Royal. Tina Marie, Casanova Brown. That almost made my top 5 for Tina Marie as well. Out on a Limb, Dear Lover. Sade, Moon in the Sun, Is It a Crime? Soldier Love, and Stronger Than Proud. All good choices for Sade. I'm almost mad Sade isn't on my top 5. If I had an honorable mention, Sade would probably be my honorable mention. And he also mentioned Patrice Rushen, Settle for My Love, Forget Me Nots, Remind Me. That's a good one. Patrice Rushen, really good one. Crystal Towns, Millington, she said Mary J. Blige, My Life, Be Happy, Love Without Limit. Jasmine Sullivan, Everything She Sang. Vivian Green, Emotional Roller Coaster. Vivian Green is so unheralded. It's not even funny. Especially that first album. Man, she went there. Anita Baker, Giving You the Best That I Got. My Angel. My Angel could have made my top 5 as well. Trina Labby, she said Anita Baker, Angel, Sweet Love, and You Bring Me Joy. My man Path P, he said Sade, Cherish the Day, but a good number more. Jill Scott, He Loves Me. Tina Marie, quite a few. Don't Turn Your Back, Irons in the Fire. I like the fact that he picked some ones that a lot of people didn't pick. Said Getting Into Her heavily. I like Hard Place since she performed it at the Grammys. Just in general, Layla Hathaway, Beyonce, to name a few. Demetria Coates, she said Tina Marie, Dear Lover. Portuguese Say Love. Anita Baker, I Just Want to Be Your Girl. Yes, I know it's really chapter 8, but she has all the lead vocals. Exactly. Like you really don't even know that she's in a group on that song. Phyllis Hyman, Meet Me on the Moon. Great choice. Stephanie Mills, Never Knew Love Like This, and Home. Stephanie Mills would be another honorable mention for me, along with Beyonce. Artesia Tish, Dasha Dixon, she said Rochelle Farrell, Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This. I Can't Explain, Nothing in the Middle, Peace on Earth. Rochelle Farrell is so unsung and unheralded, y'all. Man, that woman, not only is she a great singer and a great writer, she's a great musician. Just awesome. My main man B Witty said Tina Marie, that's his boo. Portuguese Say Love. Great minds think alike, like we talked about. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, who else? Tanina said so many. Phyllis Hyman, Anita Baker, Toni Braxton, Shaka Khan, Tina Marie, Gladys Knight. They're the ones I listen to regularly. Favorite song, I'm going to say for right now, Neither One of Us by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Every single time I hear it, I get emotional. Now watch when I get off of here, think of 15 other songs. And what's crazy is like, I had my 5 and y'all heard me. I had to swap out certain ones because it's like, okay, I like this song a little bit more than I like this song. It's so many great singers, great songs out there. My bro Jalil, he said he had a lot. Man, we gonna get Jalil on the show, and I'm trying to put together a Black History Month R&B edition at the end of Black History Month, Black Music Month in June. So he said Tidra Moses, Falling for You. Tidra Moses is not talked about enough. Brandy, Sunny Day, Tina Marie, Young Love, Anita Baker, Giving You the Best That I've Got, Layla Hathaway, Forever for Always for Love, which she rocked. She rocked that. it's hard to say anybody rocks a Luther song better than Luther, but man, she did that. Alice Smith, Fool for You, JoJo, Caught Up in the Rapture, Tamar Braxton, Wanna Love You Boy, Tony, the whole first album, He Wasn't Man Enough, such low-key incredible singing, yes, agreed. Patti LaBelle, The Right Kind of Lover, You Are My Friend, You Are My goodness, yeah. Amy Winehouse, the whole album, Frank, Just Friends, From Back to Black, Aretha, You're All I Need to Get By, Erykah Badu, Bag Lady, live album, Get Money, actually everything she's ever done, India Arie, Little Things, Fantasia, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word, Truth Is, When I See You, It's All Good, Jazzy Face Production, yes, yes. Mariah, the entire Butterfly album, Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel, especially Inseparable, The Dream is a Genius, indeed he is, not talked about enough. Emancipation, of course, all classics. Whitney, For the Love of You, I Believe in You and Me, film version, slap, slap, slaps. Emile LaRue, For Real, Get Up, Tell Me. Solange, Tony, Cranes, Don't Touch My Hair, Genius-ish. Mary, J. Blige, Real Love, Color. The whole My Life album, especially You Bring Me Joy. And Be Happy. Yes, Be Happy. That's my favorite. That's actually my favorite song on My Life, Be Happy. Classic. Share My World, especially 7 Days. You Have Your Wife to thank for my appreciation of that one. I have so many, bro. We must do an R&B and soul episode on your show. Like I said, we gonna make that happen, y'all. We gonna make that happen. And it's a whole bunch more. I don't really have the time to read all of the rest of the ones, but I appreciate everybody who, you know what? Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. I am gonna read the rest because it's not that many more. So. Joyce Hall Catlett, she said, Tina Marie, Dear Lovers, Young Love, Sade, Is It a Crime, Sweet as Taboo, Stephanie Mills, I Just Want to Stay, Anita Baker, It's Been You All the Time. Let me tell y'all, that, I don't know if it was Body and Soul, I don't know if that was the name of the album, but that, her 5th album, so it's not talked about enough how great of an album that was. I love that album. Talk to Me, You Belong to Me, Watch Your Step, Rochelle Farrell, I Can't Explain, Open Arms, Layla Hathaway, Forever for Always for Love, just to name a few. Latanya Lashley, she said Daydreaming by Aretha Franklin, great song. Miss Kalia Puryear, she said Anita Baker. My cousin, sis, Tamara, said Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love, which is funny because it's like when I was a kid, I loved that song. But then I got old, I'm like, dang, that's like the side piece anthem right there. You know what I'm saying? She rocked it, unfortunately. You know, it just happened to be the side piece anthem. But anyway, Latanya, once again, she said, I Can Do This All Day. Let It Roll, Etta James. One for my Etta James. My man Jay Neal from We Made the Podcast. If y'all not tuned in to We Made the Podcast, go on Anchor. I think they on iTunes as well. And search We Made the Podcast. I absolutely love their podcast. Those dudes are hilarious, but they can talk about serious things with intelligence and still insert plenty of like just laughter in what they talk about, man. But anyway, so he said, here you go, big brother. Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew. Tina Marie, Out on a Limb. Gladys Knight, Neither One of Us. It's a lot more, but I'm going to just leave you with these 3 gems. And then my main man, Keith, he said, everybody pick classics. So for my dad, I choose Sade, Your Love Is King, R.I.P. Foots. Your Love Is King. If I had included Sade in my top 5, that would have been one of my top 5 songs by her. And Is It a Crime? And Sweet as Taboo. A lot of those songs were mentioned, but man, great list. I appreciate everybody contributing to that conversation. We're going to have a top 5 DOA soon along these lines, man. Like, I got to do these. I feel like I got to do these at least once a month because people really chime in on this. But anyway, let me go ahead and do this right here.
Words of wisdom to get you through the rest of your week. These are the bars for life.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is with the community calendar, I was going to read that, but I'm going to go ahead and skip that, and I'm going to post everything for the community calendar on our Instagram page. So what's funny is on Friday at my job we had a Black History Month program, and we had kind of a night at the museum type of setup in our jurors lounge. And so one of the women that I was reading on, her name is Florence Kennedy. She's a feminist activist, co-founder of the National Organization for Women, and founder of the National Black Feminist Organization. She said, "Our parents had us so convinced we were precious that by the time I found out I was nothing, it was already too late. I knew I was something." And that's powerful because from her perspective as a woman, you had a lot of people who were downing women and still do. Women are not respected enough. So it's very important. A statement like that is very important because I'm sure that she had enough affirmation to stand in being proud of being a woman, but she was also a black woman. And so there's a different dynamic there when it comes to black women and having a certain amount of pride. And so I think that statement really rings true for women being Women's History Month, because it's important to know I want to make sure I say this right. You are not an extension of men. You are separate and a part of men. Now, granted, we all need each other. Men need women, women need men. Not even necessarily always in romantic relationships, but just to keep us honest, to be for real. But women, y'all are strong on your own. And there are too many women who've been told that they are nothing. They're not enough. They're not this, they're not that. And I want to encourage all of my ladies out there to know that you are more than enough. You are strong, you are resilient, you are beautiful, you are intelligent, you have so much to give the world, so much that God has blessed you with. Don't let anybody ever take that away from you. And especially my black women, my black sisters. Stand in who you are. And it is important for us as parents, those of us who are raising young black girls or black boys, to raise our kids and let them know you are something. So if anybody ever tries to tell you any differently, you know better about yourself, because we've taught you who you are. We have to impart that wisdom on our youth, on our kids, because for a lot of us, we have to undo a lot of that mistreatment. We have to undo a lot of the false teachings, and we have to learn something new. So, Florence Kennedy, y'all, Women's History Month. Before I close out, I definitely want to make sure I give some birthday shout outs. So, our Women's History birthday shout out, Shaka Khan. Today is her 66th birthday. Known as the Queen of Funk, Shaka Khan has won 10 Grammys and sold approximately 70 million records worldwide, including 3 gold singles, 3 gold albums, and 1 platinum album with 1984's I Feel For You. Cool fact, Shaka Khan is the first R&B artist to have a crossover hit featuring a rap artist with 1984's I Feel For You featuring Melly Mel of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, which rose to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the hip-hop R&B singles chart. So, salute, Queen of Funk, Shaka Khan. Appreciate all the contributions you've made to music. And to our listener birthdays and people I just know, Pisces season is coming to a close. Aries season about to begin. My cousin Jacoy, happy birthday to you. And Chantel, aka Dank Duchess 420420, celebrating birthdays today. So happy birthday to the both of y'all. My main man, Live Free Rise, and Ya, aka Coach Ya, because that woman knows what she's talking about when it comes to sports. Celebrating birthdays Friday. Alicia, Shan Major, my man Todd Johnson, all celebrating birthdays on Saturday. Reezy and Valerie Lewis Taylor celebrating birthdays on Sunday. My main man Randy celebrating a birthday on Monday. And Tyrene, my homegirl Tyrene, Virginia, one of the best DJs I know, Jay Butter, and my man Screech the God, all celebrating birthdays next Tuesday. So shout out to all of the birthday people coming up. Make sure y'all stay tuned in for DMV Culture Club later today from 6 to 8 p.m. and Grind Season Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app. And of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media. I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Stay with me to the end. I appreciate all of the comments, all of the shares, everything that everybody's done. Team Bars, I love each and every last one of y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being a part of this dream right here. All of my independent artists out there, fellow independent artists, I appreciate the music that y'all send. Y'all help to power this show and make it what it is. We're gonna go ahead and close out with, I really like this song right here. This is Melanin with Never Alone. This is a young lady that I met at, this is a young lady that I met at R&B Nostalgia Volume 6, the Black History Month edition. Dope performer. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, check her out. Check out her single. It's on iTunes. And we're going to go ahead and close out on this note. I will see y'all next week. Next week, we have the OLA chapter of my favorite fraternity. I'm not even a member of the fraternity, but it's my favorite fraternity. None other than Black and Gold, Alpha Phi Alpha. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have those brothers in here. Also, my mentor, who is a part of A Phi A, he will be along with this group. So we're gonna have them brothers in here, man. I'm really excited about that. So make sure y'all tune in next week. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And I will see y'all right here for the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond next Wednesday. Peace, y'all.
Nebulosity is honestly a catastrophe. Far from the anomaly, no prototype, not my type. You see, you're among the average of average within my own community. The type that catch my eyes, God-fearing, but that's a rarity. So I'm to hopelessly hope for the average to become something rare, or settle for average as if I myself don't care. I don't need anyone, you see, I'd rather just be alone with my canvas and my poems, my guitar and my songs, cause I lack dependency. Although sometimes a tendency to want someone of my own endlessly be overwhelming me, causing me to act on emotions so untrue. But it's not me, it's you, so keep that, ain't no turning back, yeah. And it sucks to feel lonely, but it's better than being loved wrongly. Teach them. It's okay to call my phone if you're feeling all alone. If you really need a friend, I'm the one that you can call. It's okay you feel alone, but you're really not alone. Tell your feelings they are wrong and they need to carry on. Tell your feelings they are wrong and they need to carry on. You say that you're my friend, but I'm really your amusement. You've been jealous, you is selfish, and you think that I are stupid, but you know that I am brilliant. You know that I'm gon' kill it. You know that I'm resilient and persistent. So you try to feed me lies, and I won't believe them, baby girl. Look into my eyes and listen, I'm gonna change the world. I rebuke you out my life, and I'm on my merry way. I may miss you cause I love you, but girl, we gon' be okay. It's okay to call my phone if you're feeling all alone. If you really need a friend, I'm the one that you can call. It's okay you feel alone, but you're really not alone. Tell your feelings they are wrong and they need to carry on. Tell your feelings they are wrong and they need to carry on.
bars, 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 bars.
And that's it.
I did it. Mommy did it?
Yes. I do it.
Oh.
You want to say the bars, bars?
You want to do bars, bars?
Bars, 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 bars.